This is Dave with NAPCO Tech Support. In this video, I will go over how to install and use the ALPRE2 to enroll prox cards into DL Windows. As always, feel free to pause the video at any time if it makes it easier to follow along. The driver you use for the ALPRE2 is the same as the ALPCI2U. So, if you already have that working, there is no need to install the driver again. However, if you have not already installed the driver, you must install it before plugging in the ALPRE2 because your PC will assign the wrong driver to it, and then you will have to uninstall the device and then install the driver. The driver can be found in the folder you downloaded to install DL Windows. The folder is named ALPCI2U _CP210X _Windows _drivers. The file named CP210X VCP installer _X64 is the file you will run to install the driver. After the driver is installed, you can plug in the ALPRE2. When you first plug it in, you should get 3 beeps that will then be followed by the lights on each side of the red light alternating with a few more beeps. To verify your PC recognizes the device, you can open your Windows Device Manager and it should show under Ports and will be listed as Silicon Labs CP210X USB UART Bridge. Once you see this, your ALPRE2 is ready. If you haven't already set up a COM port with the ALPCI2U, your next step will be to open DL Windows, and when you are in your account, click on Tools up at the top and choose the option COM port Setup and Test. The port should be COM3, but verify in your Windows Device Manager first. Select your COM port and click Test. When the test finishes, it should read Loopback Test Passed in green. Click Set. With our ALPRE2 installed and COM port set, we are now ready to add some cards. To add cards, click on the global button at the top. If you have an existing user that currently doesn't have anything assigned to them and you want to assign a card to them, you can select that user on the left. Otherwise, select a blank space. Next, you will click on the Add Card button in the bottom right. Select the card format of the card you will be enrolling and check the box for Enable ALPRE or AL-IDRW. Now all you have to do is scan the card you wish to enroll. You can see here that it has filled in the card code and the facility code and closed the window for enrolling the card automatically. Let's say you wanted to add 10 cards that are all from the same batch in sequential order. Well, you would follow the same steps, except this time you will also check the sequential add box. After you scan your card, the card quantity box will pop up asking how many you wish to add. I will type in 10 here and click OK. You will now see new users pop up on the left. From here, you can assign names to these cards and choose which locks to assign them to. This is useful for preloading cards and then assigning them to people and locks as needed in the future. Now, what if you have a card that you aren't sure what format it is? Well, in this case, all of my cards are NAP 36-bit. So in this example, I will set the card format to a different one and scan the card. You can see here that I get an error stating that I told DL Windows to use a 35-bit card, but the card I scanned was actually a 36-bit. Now I know that the card I am holding in my hand is a 36-bit. So now I go back and I correct the card format, except now I have a new problem. There are two potential 36-bit formats. Well, firstly, odds are if you have a DL Windows system and you have a 36-bit card, it is most likely NAP 36-bit. But the way you find out is to set it to NAP 36-bit and scan your card in normally. After it accepts your card, assign it to a lock and download it and then test. The only other bit format that you could have the same issue with is 37-bit, but all the other formats are singular and do not conflict with each other. As always, if you ever need any documentation on a NAPCO or alarm lock device, or if you're looking for more videos like these, head on over to our tech library at tech.napcosecurity.com.